What's going on, everyone? It's Jacqueline here from Nothing But Tech. Hope you guys are all doing well. This is the second video I'm recording today, so I'm feeling amped. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about a piece of tech that has been the most fun piece of tech I've reviewed the entire year. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what I love about it, what I'm not so hot on, and if you should go out and buy it. When the booster board became popular a few years back, mainly because of Casey riding it all the time, I fell in love with it, but I knew that I probably was not really going to be able to ride it. Aside from the couple times that I'd been on a skateboard when I was younger, I hadn't really been on it for a long time, and I also didn't really feel that confident in my skateboarding abilities. And then you take the risk factors of a skateboard and you multiply them by a lot when it's electric and going like 20 miles an hour. So I was really kind of bummed at the time, and it just looked really cool, but I knew it probably wasn't going to be something that I was going to do. But then when the boosted board rev came out, I was like, this is perfect. And I was in Colorado for an event with GoPro, and I was able to try it out, and I rode it for like 2.5 hours, and I fell absolutely in love with it. It was just such a sweet experience. If the boosted longboard is like a bicycle, then the boosted board rev is like a tricycle. You get almost the same experience. It still gets you where you're going, but it's a lot easier to balance on, and it just feels like an overall safer experience. And I think it is, so I've had a ton of fun using it. Starting out with the looks, it just feels like a really premium device. It has two really large wheels and a spacious deck that's low to the ground, and the actual handlebar also feels great, and the grip for your hand feels awesome as well. There isn't suspension, so you definitely feel that at times, but if your commute is mainly flat roads, you'll be okay. In Colorado, we actually drove it over some open gravel, and it handled itself pretty well. So the first question you probably have, and I have a really solid answer to it, is how easy is it to ride? The answer is pretty easy. So I hadn't been on a scooter or a skateboard in like 8 years when I first got on it. So it took me about an hour to like really feel comfortable and confident on it. But then I gave it to a friend who has been on like the Lime scooters and other scooters more recently, and they literally were able to ride it confidently in 15 seconds. So did that make me feel a little bit bad about myself? Yes. But did it make me feel more confident that people will be able to easily learn how to ride it? Yes. So on the handlebar on the right side, you have this little lever that you can push forward or back to accelerate or brake. And this is another reason why I felt really confident and comfortable on the boosted board rev. There's 3 ways to brake. So you have your heel brake in the back, then you have your disc brake on the left side, which is like your more typical brake, and then you have the regenerative braking on the right side. So since your hand has to be pushing forward anyways to accelerate and then keep up your speed, that feels like a really natural brake. You just pull it backwards and it stops, and it's a regenerative brake. Although I still tend to use a more traditional brake on the left side, I never really use like the back brake, but I like that there's so many options of braking. In terms of like the handlebars, the texture is really nice, and I feel like it's really easy to move and do turns and stuff like that. It just easily flows. The boosted board rev has a screen up top to show you which mode you're in and also how fast you're going. And this has like a max speed of around like 24, 25 miles per hour, but I'm more likely to ride it around like 12 to 15 miles per hour. So the screen is really intuitive, but then you can also pair the board with the app. You can use the button on the screen to turn on and off the headlight, which is great for nighttime. And then there's also a rear light, which, like a car, illuminates greater when you're actually braking. So that's another feature that I think will be great for nighttime riders. You have 3 modes to choose from. The third mode is the highest, and that's like the ludicrously fast mode with really fast acceleration as well. And then you have mode 1, which will be great for beginners just to get kind of acclimated with the board. And then mode 2 is kind of somewhere in the middle. I stayed between mode 1 and 2. For a lot of the time that I drove in Colorado, I was on mode 2, and it felt pretty smooth, and it also got to a great enough speed that I felt like I was doing something, but not too great that I felt it was too fast if I fell off or something like that. Other things that you might want to know about the board: the range is 22 miles per hour, and the rev offers a dual motor system. It takes around 3 hours to charge, which is definitely not short, so I would recommend having a charger at your final destination, like work, to juice it up before you ride back home. The rev claims it is weatherproof, but I haven't tested that out yet. The rev is also collapsible, so you can tuck the handlebar into the back brake, but I would not necessarily recommend that you plan on carrying it a lot. If you live on a walk-up or you have to walk up to get to work, it's probably not the best device for you because it's 46 pounds. And that sounds like a lot, but you probably are still thinking, yeah, well, I could do that. But then you actually carry it, and it is heavy, like very, very heavy. It's obviously not as portable as one of their boosted longboards. And then there's the price. The price is kind of expensive. It's $1,600. And if you just jumped out of your seat and were thinking, oh my gosh, that's expensive, it might not be for you. But what I will say is that you're paying that premium of a price for a couple reasons. First reason is that this is by far, in my opinion, the best scooter on the market in terms of build quality. And that friend that I was talking about that got the hang of it like right away has been on a Lime scooter before and said that this felt safer and more sturdy. So you're obviously getting a leg up in quality. And then the other thing that you're getting is you're buying into a company that's been producing electric modes of transportation for a while now. So they're not only established and they know a thing or two about producing them, but they're also going to have better customer service for the most part than a random brand online. And then you're also buying into like the boosted name and that community. So it's a lot of money, but if you're buying it not just as a device that you're going to ride around for fun, but also as a means of transportation, it feels like you cannot go wrong getting it. So that's my verdict for now. I'm going to be posting updates about my experience with it as time goes on my Instagram and my Twitter, so go check those out if you want to see updates on it. But it's literally one of the only products that I long to use when I'm not on it. That's the type of relationship that I have with it. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. It would be much appreciated. Subscribe right here. Check another video right here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching this one. Bye.